ඉන්නා බල්ලා කියන මිනිහා බල්ලා වෙලා ඉන්නේ ඒ හින්දා.
Smiling. What's my He's smiling. What's my He's smiling. He said, he said, one, engagement, three, two, very boundary, suffering. He said,
Toastmaster Nihara, I think you can start. It's sharp at 4:30.
Good evening, guest. Yes. Good evening, guest and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome for today's meeting of the Sunday Live Speakers Forum Online Toastmasters Club. I'm Toastmaster Nihara Ruwan Patrina, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I'm sure you are excited as I am. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours, and you are excited to stay for the entire duration. Before we start the meeting, I want to highlight some key points. Your video should be on and your audio should be off. Your audio should be on only when you are called on it to speak. Regarding the topic of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International doesn't put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at Sunday Live Speakers Forum Online Toastmasters Club, we all request from all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and avoid from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Also, I urge you to be aware that we as a club, we practice diversity and inclusion in letter and spirit. Hence, ensure there is no any sexist and racist or any such undertone which create hostility and discomfort for members or guests. Now, let me call upon presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster
It's me again.
Toastmaster Chankar. Yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Chankar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nihara. And she is our Sergeant at Arms of Sunday Live Speakers Forum Toastmasters Club. And today we are not aligning with pretty much into a club meeting since we are into an introductory session. So I will warmly welcome you all and let Toastmasters and all the guests to witness how our meetings and how the Toastmasters set in and the smallest unit of a Toastmasters fraternity, a club will handle and so on. So again, I will preside the meeting and I will call the meeting to order and give the control back to again Toastmaster Nihara to welcome you all again to start a quick ahead. Toastmaster Nihara, it's again to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chankar. Very good evening, everyone. Again, a very warm welcome to you all. Um, I am Nihara Ruwan Patrana, and on behalf of the Toastmasters Club Sunday Live Speakers Forum, I am delighted to have you here, all here tonight for our open house meeting. We are especially honored to welcome our Division Director, Toastmaster Harshana Fernando from Division H, District 82 Toastmasters International. And also we extend a warm welcome to our Area Director, Toastmaster Darshan Gunawardena from Area H1, District 82 Toastmaster International. Thank you for both joining us today. Your presence truly means a lot to our club. And also, we also pleased to welcome our distinguished guests and also our fellow club members. Thank you for being here today, for sharing the special evening with us. Please relax, enjoy the experience, and don't worry, we won't be asked to speak unless you're volunteer. Once again, thank you for all you being here tonight. We hope you feel welcomed, inspired, and excited to learn more about Toastmasters. Now, I would like to hand over to control back to our Toastmaster of the day, none other than Toastmaster Chanuka Dhananjay. Over to you, Toastmaster Chanuka, to conduct the session.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nihara. And again, the control is back to me. Without wasting our time, we organize this open house for a specific objective of introducing this voluntary service to the community. So today we have a special guest for a keynote speak. He's a special person in our neighboring club. It's called Nigambo's Toastmasters Club, and he is none other than Toastmaster Jerem. So Toastmaster Jerem is into supply chain management at Kramski Lanka, and he's obviously from Nigambo Toastmasters Club, and also Nigambo Speakers Forum as well. There are two clubs in Nigambo area, so we are very delighted to have him today. And also he's having 11 years of professional experience, so he's very rehearsed in this fraternity, and that's the one of the reasons we urged him to and invited him here. And this is his platform. So I cordially invite Toastmaster Jerem Madhuravela, our keynote speaker of today's meeting, to address the gathering. Over to you, Toastmaster Jerem.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanukar. Hope everyone can hear me. Yes, yeah. So thanks for this wonderful introduction. And today I wish to talk to you about how Toastmasters will benefit you and how Toastmasters has benefited me in terms of three aspects mainly. So today I thought of aligning my speech. I call my speech actually from lemons to lemonade. So that's the topic I have today. So basically, imagine you walk on a street on a very hot sunny day, and on one side you see there's a stall selling lemons. On the other side, you see there's another stall selling lemonade. So now, if you look at the price, you see there's a huge difference in terms of price. So if you look at the price of the lemon, you see it's, let's say, for example, it's $3. And if you look at the price of the lemonade, it's about $10. And why is this difference? Why is there a difference like this? Why are we paying more for lemonade compared to lemons? So the reason lies, my dear friends, is specifically in terms of value addition. Because we pay the lemonade seller additional money or in excess compared to lemon prices. The reason is you're paying him for his innovation, for his thinking. So Toastmasters is just like that. Nothing different, because Toastmasters is basically training all of us to convert ourselves and to transform ourselves into more value-added human being. So basically, so this is the story that I sort of was intrigued with, and I wanted to understand as to how Toastmasters transformed me. I'll give you a personal experience. When I joined Toastmasters, when I still remember the day I did my first speech. So when I spoke about my speech, just to give you a little bit of background also, I spent about 3 years studying philosophy in a special institute where the subjects were like epistemology, metaphysics, and ethics, natural theology. You have huge names and different content, and where this content was just raw material form. So just like in the case of lemons getting transformed into lemonade, I had the raw material. Just like I said, I still remember my first speech, and I was evaluated, and my evaluator encouraged me and told me that I need to work on transforming ideas in terms of storytelling into more comprehensible pieces of information so that everybody could understand. So I had the ideas, so I had the raw material, and I had the knowledge, and then I had the theories. But these were raw material, fundamentally raw. And when I spoke, I was sounded like a book, too technical, too dense, or disconnected from the audience. I didn't feel the audience was feeling what I was trying to tell them. The reason is I was talking raw material. I was talking in terms of lemon. There was no value addition, and so people could not get what I was trying to say. And so I call this problem my lack of translation, my lack of ability to transform this raw material into lemonade. So that was the problem I had. And then that day, so like I told you, so Toastmasters didn't give me the knowledge. Yes, I have the background knowledge. All of us do have background knowledge. All of you who have joined Toastmasters, who are willing to join Toastmasters, you come from various backgrounds, different cultures. So what happens in Toastmasters is this Toastmasters refines your thinking and helps you transform your thinking into words or, like I said, comprehensible ideas. And then Toastmasters basically trained and refined and shaped my expression. And it taught me how to structure an idea, how to sequence a message, and how to remove unnecessary complexity, which was one of the key lessons I learned personally, how to remove unnecessary complexity and to focus on the simple idea powerfully and impactfully. And then to speak to the listeners or the audience, and not for myself, not for my personal glory, but for the fact that I need to communicate effectively and clearly. And then over time, my thoughts became very clear and it became digestible information for my audience. And what happened here was that my ideas didn't change. I still have the raw material. I still talk about metaphysics. I still talk about epistemology, these huge topics, ethics, and stuff. But in a simpler manner where people can understand. So this is the important thing. This is the most valuable lesson I learned in Toastmasters. So another thing was that I discovered something extremely valuable in my life. That was confidence. My dear friends, confidence does not come automatically. Sometimes it does not come just because you show up or you face the challenge or you encounter the challenge. Sometimes you have to prepare yourself. Now think of a very simple example. Think of this meeting. Now we have the presiding officer or the Toastmaster of the day who comes here. Now imagine a situation, a scenario where he comes to this meeting unprepared versus prepared, or you go for your in terms of your official work. Let's say you go to a meeting prepared versus you go to a meeting unprepared. In which case or in which scenario are you more confident? If I ask you, you're more confident in the scenario number one where you are prepared, right? In scenario number two, the problem is you're not prepared. So even when it comes to negotiations, is also the same. If you're not prepared for the negotiations, if you don't have the exit strategies or how to tackle various situations or contingencies, then the problem is you're unprepared, your confidence is shaking. So clarity for me paved the way for confidence. So when I realized that I could speak clearly, I could converse clearly, I could convey my message clearly, I realized slowly confidence was creeping into my life. And confidence was giving me the way to understand the audience and communicate clearly. But remember, my dear friends, confidence or communicating clearly this skill is not alone enough. This is not what changes a person. You can still speak clearly and communicate clearly, and if you cannot be trusted, that's a different story. That's why when it comes to most famous speakers, accountability and integrity and respect and such qualities matters a lot because you have to walk your talk. That's the important thing. And Toastmasters goes even deeper because Toastmasters even touch this particular idea. This is something that I really personally like, personally I admire, personally that I have learned from Toastmasters. Toastmasters is built on four core values. So one is integrity, second is respect, and third is service, and the fourth is excellence. So look at these ideas. Now, I was speaking about different subjects, right? Sociology. In sociology, there's a concept called socialization. It's a very simple concept. Only the word is different. In socialization, they say we don't become who we want to be or who we intend to be. We actually become who our environment trains us to be. So, for example, put someone in the wrong environment and see what happens. If you put a person in the wrong environment long enough, and even good intentions will decay. Even the good intentions will turn bad. But if you put a person in the right environment long enough, what happens? The behavior improves naturally. So this is basically the understanding of socialization. So just like that, when you become a Toastmaster, these four core values just I mentioned just now, integrity, respect, service, excellence, shapes you, and it directs you very clearly on a path to become an excellent person, a proper, balanced human being. If you talk about integrity, so it's about honesty, it's about being accountable. In Toastmasters, you are given the freedom. So you are responsible to use your freedom. So you are being trained, you are being shaped.
I think he has lost the connection. Please, dear guest, please, shall we wait 2 minutes to get back to him? Yeah, he has left the meeting.
I'm sorry, there was a technical failure.
All
Hello,
right.
can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Hello.
You're audible and visible, Toastmaster Jerome.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Right, okay. Hope you can hear me now. Right.
Yeah.
So I was speaking about the four core values. So integrity, respect, service, and excellence. So you are given the freedom to practice integrity. So that's one of the most important things that I have seen at Toastmasters, how people practice integrity. So you have the freedom, and when you complete your educational goals, you yourself have to fill up and mark the completion. And you have to give honest feedback. So, and that's integrity. And then in terms of respect, you respect the speakers who come in front, and you respect their time, and you respect their ideas, and you allow a safe environment for them to converse, and a learning environment. And then service. Now, everybody here, we have divisional directors, we have area directors, then we have club officers, and all of them, they work voluntarily. And this is service. And all of them are geared towards improving each other. It's a collective effort and helping each other to improve themselves. And then excellence. Excellence, especially in terms of integral growth of every individual in the club. So we have educational goals. Then at the same time, we have other activities that trains you to be a leader and improves your confidence and giving you chances to come up front and to organize different things. So it's a balanced place. So you basically have the chance to practice everything that you want in your life in a safe environment. And these are not only slogans. So these are repetitive actions that happen every week or at least twice a month in most clubs. And what happens when there's repetition, it shapes identity. In Latin, we say repetitio mater memoriae, which means repetition is the mother of memory. So when we keep on repeating something, it sinks into our system. It comes into our system. So that is the theory behind. So in Toastmasters, when you join, so you get to different meetings, and then you mingle with people and try to understand different things. And there, you automatically, these qualities, these four core values, respect, integrity, service, excellence, they embody you, that you become an embodiment of these four qualities. That's why we say automatically with the socialization process, you become a part of these qualities. So that's another important area that I found very excellent, that I found to be very interesting. And I have seen how I myself changed throughout these months or years that I have been with Toastmasters. And then the other area that I want to highlight is in most of the cases, we have a different understanding of Toastmasters. Even I had a different understanding before I joined Toastmasters. I was basically thinking it's more like a confidence building. Yes, it does build your confidence. Yes, true. But at the same time, it's a place where the leaders are created. They create leaders. They give you leadership qualities. And I didn't realize this was actually true until I joined Toastmasters. I saw, I'm right now, I am 34 years old, and I joined 30 plus when I was 30 plus Toastmasters. And I have seen 22-year-old people handling responsibilities very responsibly. When I compared myself at 22 years old, compared to these people who handle various responsibilities at Toastmasters, I felt I'm too late sometimes. But it's okay, I still had the chance to join Toastmasters, but I felt I should have joined earlier because we don't know actually this part of Toastmasters until and unless we join Toastmasters, because it does not stop at personal growth. It actually prepares you for the real world. So let me tell you how. This is actually my opinion, how I have seen it. Basically, what happens is in every Toastmasters club, they have specific goals, like in companies. So in companies, we have KPIs, right? So let's say, so I am into supply chain. I have KPIs for on-time deliveries. Then I have KPIs for my inventory turnover ratios. Then I have KPIs for on-time purchases and pickups. Then again, I have various other KPIs that I have to monitor and report every quarter. And then I have to give action plan if the KPI is not achieved. So I was able to handle those after about 8 years of after about 8 years of my corporate experience. So I had to spend about 8 years in the operational level, and then only I was able to get myself exposed to these kinds of corporate jargon about KPI and corporate areas where we handle these KPIs and try to gear or try to maneuver the business along these KPIs. So I never had an idea about how to do these things. So until I was about 8 years in the corporate. But I saw this in Toastmasters, 22-year-old, 21-year-old people handling this. So we have different KPIs also we have different KPIs also in Toastmasters that we call them the distinguished club goals. So we call them DCP. So we have a plan. So we have educational goals. Then we have training goals. So in every goal, so there are responsible people handling this. This is actually like a laboratory where you can practice these things, because by the time you understand this and come into the corporate world, you basically understand how things work, which I did not have, I never had. And I only had it when I actually handled it at the corporate. And that is with a huge risk, remember. But in, of course, in Toastmasters also, we are responsible, accountable, but we are given a risk-free, riskless corporate experience in the Toastmasters, especially when you become an exco member in a club, or when you have responsibilities to organize a meeting or to become a TMOD, or whatever it is, where there is responsibility, you have to be accountable and you have to handle it well and you have to track it. Like for example, at Toastmasters also, we have goals. Like I said, the goals are set, and then we have to track the performance. Then we have to review the progress, and then we have to assign different or various peoples to achieve these goals. And this is where accountability is visible, and people strive for it. I have seen how people or the exco members in a club try to achieve these goals one by one, following up and creating action plans, changing strategies, because they have the end in mind and they simply configure the means to achieve there, to get there. So that is important. And that sense of responsibility is something that we lack outside in the corporate world, in my experience. But when I see these people, these youngsters handling this so enthusiastically, I feel this is a real place. This is a different place, a place where they inject these ideas, inject these qualities into the people to become better human beings. That's why it's not a hobby, and it's a place where they create CEO mindset. I actually call this place as a place that creates CEO mindsets, because I see all of these people as future CEOs. They have an idea about the club progress, they have an idea about the balance sheet. So that's actually what a CEO does, looking at the KPIs and maneuvering the company to the right direction, to where the company should be. So in Toastmasters, so we have this special opportunity, and these are the three things. So number one is that it helped me personally to create clarity in thoughts, and number two is where it shapes people through the core values they have: integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And the number three is that Toastmasters is a place where they prepare you for the corporate world. So you have a hands-on experience of how to handle a company too. So if you really want to become a CEO, I feel like this is a training ground. This is a place where you can practice that. So Toastmasters does not give you lemons. It gives you the capability to transform lemons into lemonade. So that is the journey that Toastmasters gives or allows everybody to have, allows everybody to get themselves exposed to. So it teaches you how to turn thoughts into messages, digestible messages, clear messages, to talk with clarity. And then it also helps you or teaches you to create values into habits, to transform values into habits. And then meetings, or every meeting that you have, into a leadership laboratory. So it doesn't just help you to speak better, it helps you to think clearer, act better, and to lead better as true leaders, as true leaders who feel for their people, and to become better human beings. And that's why Toastmasters doesn't change what you are. So this is not a place where you get brainwashed. So this is not a place where you get erased entirely and then you are fed again. It's not a reprogramming place. It's actually a place that transforms or shapes who you are into a better better human person. So it's actually like polishing the diamond and adding value to it. That's the kind of change that you will encounter when you join Toastmasters and when you go through their pathways or their educational program one after the other and take part in the meetings, take up different roles, and take part in their different programs such as small functions they have. So in each level, you will realize how you as a person gets better and better every day. So that is the difference between lemons and lemonade. The difference between selling lemon and serving lemon. So don't just sell lemons, start serving lemonade. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jerome. It was indeed very hard to concise everything in Toastmasters to one keynote. And I was wondering, even that's one of the greatest challenge we are facing to introduce Toastmasters to the community. And you did a great job, wonderful speech, Toastmaster Jerome. And we are very grateful to have with you. And people might wonder, now you know about what is Toastmasters, what's the transformation, the real transformation maybe. And let's hear on how well this transformation happens here with the education platform we are running in Toastmasters. For that, we have a very senior Toastmasters joining us today. She is the Vice President Membership of Sunday Live Speakers Forum. She is an electrical engineer by profession, and she is one of the chief engineers in Putlam division. I can't remember the exact position. She's newly appointed there, and she's a multitasking woman and helping the community with Toastmastering and with her job as well. So I cordially invite Toastmaster Sarah Marsuk to present the educational platform in Toastmasters for the distinguished guest. Toastmaster Sarah, the screen is yours.
Yes, thank you very much. I do hope that I am audible and visible.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do something new. So thank you for that very nice introduction, Toastmaster Chanuka. Yes, I happen to be a chief engineer at Ceylon Electricity Board, and I'm working in the Puttalam area. So if you're looking forward to invest in solar or wind power plants, I'm also the person you can get in touch with. Okay, that's about my work. But when it comes to Toastmasters, I think I have been in Toastmasters since 2019, and I wholeheartedly agree with Toastmaster Jerome, who is just 34 years old. I'm much older than you, but I also still wish I could have joined Toastmasters many years before. And I'm not going to reveal my age at this point. I do hope you will not find that. Let's dive into my presentation then. So how are we going to unlock our potential with Toastmasters? How is it done? So far you heard from Toastmaster Jerome that you will get to serve lemons in a nicer way than just sell them if you join Toastmasters. The lemons are what you have inside you, your potential, what's hidden. Like the famous speech delivered by Toastmaster Dhananjay Hettiarachchi at the World Championship in 2014. I see something in all of you. So we need to tap into that potential, and Toastmasters Pathways, the educational program they have been delivering and they have developed into a very high level as of today, is going to do that for you. And the club is just a supportive environment where you can come and practice your speeches, practice in various roles, and step by step reach your full potential. It's not an overnight journey, but definitely and gradually, when you turn back, like me in 2019, And if you look at the 2026 version of me, I see a lot of changes in myself. So I wish that all of you who have joined as guests today will also tap into that potential and be able to grow into your highest level as much as you can. So let's see how it is done. So in Toastmasters, there are about 280,000 members globally. Why is it so famous? And as you know, it's 100-year-old organization. How has it survived so far? Currently, it has 280,000 members worldwide in a safe, supportive environment where it is designed to develop workplace-ready skills. Whether you are perfecting your presentation skills, whether you are building your leadership capabilities, or whether you are going to be a better speaker, you will need to be a better speaker in your community that you serve. This platform will give you all the support that you need to succeed in that avenue. So 100-year-old organization, just think which organization has survived that much and how is it progressing even today in the 21st century, even with all these changes when it comes to AI and all the generational changes, still this organization is surviving. So there is something in this. So they have an educational program. It's called the Pathways. The Pathways. It's like you think you are lost and you don't know which direction to head in order to reach your fullest potential. But Toastmasters has got you covered. This is a modern learning experience. You can access it by your mobile or your computer or your tab, anywhere you are in the world, anywhere you are, while you're working, while you're traveling, and you can access the material as well as you can engage with others through this modern learning experience. And it's a very flexible online platform. It has 6 specialized parts. Earlier they had 11, and later on they have developed and they have realized rather than repeating 11 parts, let's put it in 6 parts. And they deliver, like they teach 300 transferable skills that you can immediately apply in your career. Whether you are a doctor, whether you are an engineer, whether you are a business analyst, whether you are a lawyer, banker, accountant, student, whatever position you are, I guarantee this platform, this pathway education program will help you to take yourself to the next level. And you will see it when you rise in your career, when you get visibility, when you get noticed by your superiors, when you get chances for promotions, you will realize it's working. So it will get you learn 300 transferable skills that you can immediately apply in your career. So there are 6 parts. Let me go through each of them very briefly. Number 1, presentation mastery. I have seen all my 7 years in Toastmasters, while mentoring new Toastmasters, that most of the time undergraduates tend to choose this path. When you're an undergraduate, you have a lot of presentations to be done and vivas to be faced and a lot of things that you have to convince your supervisors with regards to your projects and your assignments. So most of the time, presentation mastery is the go-to pathway undergraduates and new graduates who are going into the job market are selecting, because it gives you the skills that is necessary for you to present what's in your mind, what's in your brain to the people who are listening to you critically. So it's perfect if you are looking to pitch to your clients, and if you are you're stepping into the world of public speaking. So that is presentation mastery. There's another part that is called dynamic leadership. So if you are a person who is looking forward to get promoted, who is planning to manage a bigger team than you are today in the future, so you will ideally go with this path. And this is the first part that I have completed in Toastmasters, and it gave me a huge level of knowledge and experience in how to deal with bigger teams. It's a very good path, and I believe most of the engineers and people who work with teams tend to select this path. And it's very interesting that it also has a lot of things that you can directly apply in your career as well. The third one is effective coaching. If you are a teacher, if you are a coach, if you are some kind of person who is training others, developing others, then you can learn a lot of things from this pathway. Effective coaching, how to coach a person, how to bring them from A to B, or how to bring them to your A game. Effective coaching is that path that you are looking at. Now, let's talk about humor. We all like to watch humorous programs, listen to humorous speeches. We enjoy that. But most of us, we are not very good at bringing out the humor when we talk. So if you're a person who is looking to tap into that talent, particularly this is very useful when you are even working in an industry, because this humor can be used to motivate your audience, people, captivate the audiences, and ultimately deliver the message without hurting others. So engaging humor is another path. And I have seen people who learn this pathway, they even have gone on to careers where they have established themselves as professional comedians. So this is one pathway that you can try on to. And I'm also actually, after completing the dynamic leadership path, I am going through this because I know humor is a very important way when you want to get the message home to the others who are listening to you without getting them bored. So that is another skill that you can learn, and it's very useful going forward in your career in the long term. Then there are two more paths. One is strategic relationships. So if you are a person who is looking to build powerful professional relationships, maybe to build your business, maybe you are in the real estate business, maybe some kind of business where you have to deal with a lot of people in a strategical way. You can even be a politician, right? So you will learn a lot of things, a lot of strategies, how to build and maintain relationships in professional networks through this pathway. Finally, we come, I think, to one of the most different unique pathways in the Toastmasters, that is visionary communication. If you want to inspire change, drive even innovation, think you are a CEO of a big company, or you're a founder, if you're a co-founder, owner of a business. If you want to communicate your vision to your people, then this is the pathway that you should select and go forward. Now, are you confused? Are you now wondering what path am I going to select? Don't worry, because Toastmasters has got you all covered. When you join Toastmasters and when you are in the process of selecting a path, you will get a questionnaire. And in that questionnaire, Toastmasters will understand and get to know your interests, your weaknesses, the gaps that you have in your present situation, present skill set, and it will analyze and give you three paths. Mainly, it will suggest you one main path based on the answers you gave, and also two additional paths for you to consider if you are not satisfied with the first option. So there's no worries. You just have to answer some questions that Toastmasters has set in advance so that you will get your utmost, most suitable pathway that you should pick up at that point of your life. So that's how you're going to learn through Toastmasters. So let's see what do you do in these paths? What are these pathways? How do they work? So first of all, when you choose a path, that path should match your goal. So Toastmasters will make sure that you do that and take the best selection. Next, you will get projects. So in the projects, there are different things that you can do. First of all, the number one project that you will do is the icebreaker. Why is it called the icebreaker? Because you are breaking ice with the hammer? Of course not. What you do is you are introducing yourself to the audience in a way that they will also get to know you better, and you are breaking the ice with them. The meaning of breaking ice is there's some kind of the strangeness when you first join a community, right? So that is the opportunity for you to tell about yourself and to the community to learn about yourself, and you kind of get friendlier and more familiar with that audience. In this sense, we are talking about the club. So when you do your first speech, the icebreaker in your club setting, people in your club also get to know about you. What are your talents? What are your interests? What are your goals? And you also naturally make friends and get comfortable with the club. So that is one project. So can you see how strategic Toastmasters is? They have even set the speeches and the projects so that you can get comfortable with your club as well. So then you get different opportunities to practice and deliver speeches. There are various things that you can learn about mentoring. Then you can learn about your leadership styles, your communication styles, how you can change and apply different communication styles and leadership styles according to the occasion. All those things that you never learn at even an MBA or any other kind of course, I guarantee you that you get to learn it here. I personally have learned a lot through these pathways where no other education course or program has taught me. Then you get feedback. The other most beautiful thing in Toastmasters, see, it's totally depending on feedback. Feedback in the sense it's not criticism. You will never get harsh criticism from any of your Toastmasters. You will be appointed an evaluator for every project, every speech. That evaluator will always give you points to improve yourself, some recommendations to improve, and also number one, most important thing is he or she will always appreciate your efforts. That's the most beautiful part in Toastmasters. You will get appreciated, you will get thanked, you will get applauded for delivering your project, and you will also get some recommendations in a very subtle manner that you won't get even realize that it was feedback that you received. And finally, recognition. Once I completed the dynamic leadership pathway, and each level, after completing each level, I got a certificate through Toastmasters. It's signed by the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Toastmaster, and it's very valid. So I can even present that certificate in my promotional interviews, which I have done. And I think they were very useful because it shows that I am very focused and keen on developing myself as a communicator and a leader. So after completing the path, I got a badge, which is called the Dynamic Leadership Provision Badge. So I can wear that anyway when I go to Toastmasters meetings and conferences that I held within the fraternity, and people get to know that I have worked hard and earned the recognition as a dynamic leader. And also, if I complete 2 paths and complete 1 year as a district leader and few other projects, I get to get the award, the ultimate award that Toastmasters offers, which is called Distinguished Toastmasters. And that means I am like a PhD holder in the Toastmaster fraternity, which I personally am still working on. Now let's see how the pathways works ultimately. You select your path that aligns with your goals. You complete hands-on projects. You practice in the club meetings. You get constructive feedbacks from your friends and peers. And then you also get to celebrate your achievements along the way. How beautiful is that? So, communication, leadership, networking, and visionary thinking. These are the practical skills professionals in today's world need. And this is what Toastmasters exactly offers you. So what are these meetings? We talk about Toastmasters meetings, right? So in every meeting, like today, we will have a person who will open the meeting, the sergeant at arms. He or she will make sure the meeting room is well in order, open, everyone is available, and everyone is comfortable, and all those things. In a physical setup, it will include even the meeting arrangements, but in our online club meeting, we have less work to do. Then in the club meetings, there's a presiding officer, there is a Toastmaster of the day, there are people who deliver speeches, we call them prepared speakers. Then there are people like the timer, you can see the timing background at Toastmaster of the day, Chanuka. Just like that, someone is there to always remind us, your time's up, you have to get ready to stop because the next person is waiting to speak. So time management, the timer learns time management. That is a very essential skill when it comes to the corporate world. And there is R counter. R counter will help you to identify how many repetitive words or the R's and ums you do in each meeting. And every meeting, you will get an idea how much improvement you are going through. And there is also the grammarian. The grammarian will help you to get you understand what are the good usages of languages we did during that meeting, as well as he or she will introduce a word of the day, something that we can practice during the meeting and keep practicing even after the meeting. So we will keep updating our vocabulary. So members like this, together we will do the meeting, and together the club will achieve great heights because it's also teamwork. And that is what Toastmaster also teaches you, teamwork, how to work as a team and to achieve success. So this is what I talked about, the timer, evaluators, Toastmasters and grammarian, and evaluator. As an evaluator, you will get a lot of chances to carefully listen to speeches, actively listen, identify critically where the areas they did well and where they can improve. And also you will get the chance to practice giving constructive feedback. It's an art in Toastmasters where you get to practice, and when you do that at your workplace, you get to shine automatically. And again, you can share your success now on Facebook and on LinkedIn, which I have done very recently, and you get noticed from recruiters. Sometimes people send you messages to your inboxes on LinkedIn asking, would you like to join our company? There's an opportunity. So you get noticed in professional social media like LinkedIn when you share these badges. It's just like getting a digital credential. So that's also part Toastmasters has put in a lot of effort to develop. Finally, you become a brand as a Toastmaster when you deliver, when your image is built up in your club, and when that personality and that confidence is carried outside, you are visible, you are seen by others, and you get a lot of opportunities to network with other professionals and also sometimes career advancement. I personally know one of our members, Toastmaster Kostala, she is getting a lot of opportunities as a result of joining Toastmasters and getting visible as a result of being a Toastmaster. Finally, the real world impact. So you will get the chance to practice delivering presentation, speeches, and through all those, you will get feedback on how to improve or further fine-tune yourself. Then you will get leadership positions like vice president membership I am, then vice president education. I have also been an area director, a president, and all those roles. When you get those roles, you also get chances to be parts of conferences, organize conferences where you get exposed to different kind of skill sets. So through that, you build networks. I have friends, I have lawyers, bankers, accountants, all sorts of friends in my network, thanks to Toastmasters. And as they say, your network is your net worth. So whatever the problem I run into, I have people who I can seek advice free of charge because they are Toastmasters. And when there are complex workplace challenges, if you have better communication, you can manage them, you can communicate what's exactly need to be done. You can even resolve conflicts. Last meeting, we talked about resolving conflicts. So that is also another skill you learn through Toastmasters. Finally, there are many success stories, and you will get to listen to another success story very soon. So each level of the Toastmasters pathway is like a game, just like Toastmaster Jerome said. You will level up. Each level, next level will unlock once one level is completed, and by the level 5, you will be a very different and developed person, unrecognizable person even to yourself after completing the pathway. So the main thing here is 300 transferable skills that matter in your work, in your professional setup, in your future. Even if you're a student in the university, still it matters because you learn a lot of things that you don't learn anywhere else in any other program, which you have to come and see. And the thing is, it's self-paced. You can learn at your own pace. It's not like a 3-month course or 1-year course. You are not being forced by anyone, but you can choose your pace and go according to. You can maybe deliver speech every meeting or every other meeting or every once a month. It's up to you, balancing your work and your life. And it's online. So all these resources, all these pathways, the things that you can access are online. And you can also practice in person. And you can also get our support as experienced Toastmasters in preparing your speeches, in practicing your speeches, fine-tuning your delivery, and all those things. So which part fits you? So maybe you need to apply to a new job. Maybe you need to go for a promotion, whatever that fits you, whatever is your requirement. Think about that. What is the gap that is currently bothering you in your life, in your personal life, in your career? So we will be able to mesh that in Toastmasters to get you achieve that. So based on the surveys, these are the surveys. This is the percentages. Members have reported that all these areas in their life have benefited as a result of joining Toastmasters. Career growth, confidence, leadership skills, network building, and finally communication. So your journey starts here. Today you have visited an open house meeting. So you can take a chance and you can come to another meeting of our club. And maybe if you're interested, you may become a member and you may start growing yourself as a fully fledged Toastmaster very soon. So you can connect with us. We conduct our meetings every first and third Sundays, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. online. And this is my email address. You all are welcome. So there's no experience necessary. You just have to be above 18 years. So as James Hughes previously said, art of communication is the language of leadership. So you are ready to unlock your potential, aren't you? So I look forward to welcoming you all to our Sunday Live Speakers Forum family. And I thank you all for this opportunity and have a good evening. Back to you, Toastmaster Chanukar.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sarah. You are spot on because you managed the time really well with the timing cards. I'm really happy that as Toastmasters, we are managing the time as well. So, my dear guest, so now you are very rehearsed with what is Toastmasters and our educational program. And one thing I want to highlight, Toastmaster Sarah mentioned about the evaluations. So these evaluations are done by our own members. So we are getting constructive feedback, as Toastmaster Sarah said, from our own members. So we are individually giving feedback to others with a good intention, and you will learn the art of evaluating people and handling difficult audiences. So these kind of benefits are in Toastmasters. So why we are giving this service free of charge? This is a 100% non-profit organization and thrive for 100 years, and we are doing a voluntary service. So we are funding our own organization and been getting the benefit from our own people, for our own growth. So that's about Toastmasters. Now let's hear one of our testimonials by our club members. So he's Toastmaster Gayan De Silva, and he's joining from UK. And I forgot to mention that Toastmaster Nihara, our Sergeant at Arms, who welcome you. She's from Australia. And this is one of the benefit that we are getting, that overseas members talent to this fraternity. And we don't make this a very tense situation or a tense moment. We are coming to these fraternity and these club meetings to get relaxed and enjoy, and with less formality. But others say we are too formal. I don't know, it's your choice, your opinion. And let's hear from Toastmaster Gayan, and he's an accountant by profession, and he's our treasurer of Sunday Live's Speakers Forum. Let's hear from his testimonial, just about 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Gayan, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanukar. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I joined Toastmasters just over 1 year ago because I had the problem. I really struggled to speak in front of people, especially in meetings, even if I knew that what I wanted to say. When everyone looked at me, I got nervous and my confidence dropped. Another reason was my English. I can speak in English, but I wasn't confident speaking in English in front of others. I always worried I would make mistakes or people might not understand me. Because of that, sometimes I stayed quiet, even when I had something important to say. So I decided to join with Toastmasters to improve myself. At the start, it wasn't easy. Even saying a few sentences in front of other people felt hard. But I noticed something. Everyone here is supportive. People don't laugh at you, they help you. And that made a huge difference for me. Over time, I started getting used to speaking, doing small roles, giving short speeches, and even table topics helped me a lot. Step by step, I felt more comfortable. Now, after 1 year, I can honestly say that I've improved compared to where I was. I'm still learning, but I'm more confident than before. I speak more in meetings and I don't panic like I used to. So, if you feel like you struggle to speak in front of other people or you want to build your leadership skills, Toastmasters can really help you. I know joining can feel a bit scary. I was nervous before my first meeting because I thought people might judge me. But you don't need to be confident before you come to a meeting. Every one of us started somewhere, and at one point, we all were in your shoes. This is a supportive place where you can practice, make mistakes, and improve step by step. So don't be afraid. Just come along and give it a go. You will be surprised how quickly you start to feel the difference. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Chanuka.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gayan. It was indeed very emotional to me as well, because we witness the new members' improvement, even it's very less than 1 year. And talking about myself, I joined Toastmasters back in 2018 as a university student. So during my time, I selected innovative planning because I'm into business analytics and I tend to analyze the situation and I need some creativity. So that's why I choose that path and took some leadership, and I too became an area director. And speaking about our Toastmaster fraternity, dear guest, we have Toastmaster International, the headquarters, and then we have different regions and we have different districts. So Sri Lanka belong to District 82, and there are different divisions in District 82 in Sri Lanka, and we are from Division H, and a division also subdivided into areas. We are Area 1, so we call Area H1, Division H, Area H1. So likewise, we are having those opportunities to build up our leadership and improve our communication skills as well. So this is very concisely the benefit of Toastmasters. We are voluntarily giving our time, invest our time, and take the benefit out of it. And let's hear from one of the best champions in Toastmasters international speech competitions. We do have a competition called the International Toastmasters International Speech Competition, and many competitions and more. And here's a specific one that our champion from Sri Lanka won the World Championship. And let's see his performance through a video. It's about 7 minutes, and please bear with me until I share the screen. Hope you can see the screen. Can someone confirm?
Can see.
All right. Here you go.
Dhananjaya Hediarachi, I see something. I see something. Dhananjaya Hediarachi.
You and I are not very different from this flower. Just like this flower is unique, you are unique. All of us has something special that makes us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now the answer to that can be a little difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of picking out your petals, breaking you in two, and throwing you into the trash. And when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special. Mr. Contest Chair, my fellow flowers, I can remember the first time I broke. I was 17 years old. I had already flunked high school and managed to get myself arrested. Now, I wasn't afraid of the cops, but there was one person I was very afraid of, and that was my mama. Raise your hand if you have an emotional mother. Let me see. Put them all together, you get mama. I can hear her scream outside the police station. Even the cops were afraid. She came up to me, held the iron bars, looked into my eyes, and I saw a tear coming down her face. Now, I've seen my mama cry before, but mothers cry 3 types of tears. Tears of joy, tears of sorrow, and tears of shame. And when a son sees a mother cry tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment. She looked at me and said, "Son, I want you to be a better man." That night, when I drove home, my dad was waiting for me at home. Now, my dad is a cool dad. Raise your hand if you have a cool dad. Put them all together, you get my dad. My dad came up to me and said, "Son, it's okay. You flunked your exams. You already got arrested. That's fine. You get that from your mother's side. I want you to start working immediately." And I said, "Okay." So my dad took me to meet one of his friends called Sam. Now, Sam was an accountant who had an accounting firm and had generously decided to make me his personal assistant. And there he was. He looked like a teddy bear. But this man was special. I looked at him and he looked at me. And then he said the most amazing thing. He said, "Son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you decide to work with me, I can help you find that something." And I was like, whoa, that's the first time in my whole life somebody has ever told they see something in me. And I started working for Sam. And every day after work, he used to tell me stories about the world, about history, about culture, about philosophy. And it was much more interesting than what I learned in school. And I discovered I can dream. And I started dreaming, ladies and gentlemen. After 1 year, I went back into high school, completed my exams, and went into college. After successfully completing college, I found a great girl, but not a job. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Have you ever had that problem? And when you're lost, it's difficult to feel special. So I went back to my cool dad. And I said, "Dad, I feel lost." He said, "You are like your mother." So my dad introduced me to this strange club that had a strange name, with strange people talking. On the first meeting, they told me to do something called a table topic. I aced it. But while I was speaking, I see a strange man seated in the back row. Humble, simple. The unfailing quality of kindness in his eyes. As soon as I finished, he walked up to me, looked me dead straight in the eye, and said, "Son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you come here twice a month, maybe we can find that something." And ladies and gentlemen, I discovered I could speak, and I love speaking. And that led me to become a teacher. I know what it's like to not have enough money in your bank account. I know what it's like to worry when the bills start coming in. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up my beautiful wife and I ask her, honey, why did you marry me? She says, I saw something in you. But I still don't know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm a dreamer, I'm a speaker, and I learned the unfailing quality of unconditional love from my wife. I was broken, and I've been broken, lost, and broke many times in my life. But the people in my life were able to reach into the trash can and make me whole again. If it was up to me, I would have never been able to do that. And this is why if you have great people in your life, no matter how broke, how lost, or how broken you become, they can piece you back together. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at you, I see something in you. But I don't know what it is. Over to you.
Hey, you're muted.
Sorry about that. It's really nostalgic to see that video again, and I'm really grateful that all of you have been through all the time here since 4:30. And speaking about our time, Toastmaster Sara said it's 4:30 to 6:30. We start sharp at 4:30 and end on time, and that's our legacy here at Sunday Lives. And we value our time and don't waste anything. And yeah, that's our proceedings. And if you have any questions, since you all are listening really well up to now, if you have any question, this is the right time to raise. At least use the chat box and ask if you have anything to say and get sorted out. Anything, any feedback even, we are warmly welcome before we wind up today's session. Also, if anyone does have an opinion other than this, they are also welcome to speak. Yeah, the good question. Yeah, the cost. And I think our division director also here, but I think he's yeah, I think he's the ideal person to mention about the costing and all. Hi, Toastmaster Harshana. This is our division director, and it's Toastmaster Harshana. Over to you.
Hi, everyone. So good evening, good morning, wherever you are. So yes, the cost. That's something that we are all concerned about. But in Toastmasters, let me give you a rather a background on now, since all of our Toastmasters spoke about the benefits that you get, right? Let me ask you a question. So who was the one? Yes, Samit. How much do you think these skills value, right? How much do you think it will value in the real world? Just give me an answer. Do you think we can value them?
Guys, you can use the chat box if you are not.
Or you can just unmute and tell I'm not going to,
He said it's relative.
It's relative, yes, definitely. But in terms of soft skills, right? If you really look at the research done by leading scholars, you will see that especially communication, public speaking, leadership, those sort of skills are highly valued, right? It is relative. I agree with you. In terms of the cost right now, in terms of, I would give this in dollars so that I won't have to, convert into rupees. So the registration cost will be $25, and the 6 months cost for subscription, it will be $60. So $10 per month. $10 in context of Sri Lankan rupees right now, it will be around 3,000 rupees. So if I'm put it to the relative context, it would be an A-level English class fee, much lower than that, I would believe right now. So 3,000 rupees per month if you really put into context. But in dollars, it will be $25 for the registration, which is a one-time fee, and $10 every month. That will be $60 paid every 6 months. So twice a year you pay, either in March or September. It will be $60 that you pay. Does that make sense, Chanuka, or do I need to add more?
No, it's very precise. For that $60, and initially it is up to 85 with 25 one-time subscription free. And in terms of investing that money, so the thing is you have to follow up with the educational program. Unless you are not visiting the club or joining the club meetings and not doing the projects, as our guest Samit said, it's relative. Person might say it's not worthy, but in terms of you have gained the knowledge or the ascertain those skills, then it's worthy. So it's very relative. It's up to the individual to decide whether you invest or not. So this is the real scenario with the costing. And there's one question, Tosma Sarshana. Uh, our guest Shaminda De Silva is very interested joining. He said, how can he join the club?
Okay, so we have our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Sara, who gave us the presentation about pathways. Toastmaster Sara will help you in joining the club. So yes, how can we make the payments? You can make the payments if you have a card. When the club creates your account, you can pay to the card, or you can pay to the club and the club will pay to Toastmasters International. I think it would be better if we can show the Toastmasters International website as well, Chanuka. So
Yeah.
they have an idea.
So
Are you ready, Chanuka? Yeah, you are there. Right? Okay.
yeah, my internet is very fast. Please bear with me.
Yeah, so until that loads, let me give you a context about Toastmasters International. It's a 100-year-old organization started in USA, and we as Sunday Live Speakers Forum or any other club in Sri Lanka, we are part of that. And the subscription that we are paying in dollars will be going to Toastmasters International, and they will be providing the certificates, they will be providing the educational pathways, everything will be provided through this website. And in taking the membership, Sarah, over to you to explain how to take membership with Sunday Live Speakers Forum.
Yes, thank you. So it's like this. I will be sharing a membership application form in which we will be collecting your basic details like where you work and your home address and all. And then in that, depending on the month you join, so we have two renewal cycles actually. One is in March, and other one is in September. So it according to each renewal cycle, if you are joining at the renewal cycle, then you will have to pay for the next 6 months. But depending on the month that you're joining, also there is like a prorated payment for the monthly $10 value. As we say, each month it will be $10, but we are collecting it every 6 months. I think there's an option to pay annually as well. I don't know whether it's available and activated on the website, but we can enable
It's
self-pay.
activated.
Yeah, we can enable self-pay. So with that, you
Yeah.
can enter your credit card or debit card details, and you can renew it, do the payment yourself. So it's comfortable. Otherwise, I think you will have to go through the hassle of transferring the amount in rupees to one of our Toastmasters, and they will have to pay Toastmasters International. In our club, yes. Yes, in our club,
Go,
apart from
go
membership,
ahead,
we
sir.
do not collect any other funds, except when suppose that we have some other conferences in the district and the division, like division H will have 2 conferences each year. And the district also has, now recently we had 1 conference reverberation, and even for that I think only a nominal fee like 1,500 was collected for the entire conference. It was held in
Yes.
the Paro, but it was like it was much worth more than that 1,500 we paid. So just like that, a nominal
And
fee is collected for this
Sarah, this
district.
1,500 actually includes food as well, right?
Yes, just for food
Yeah.
and yeah, other additional facilities,
Refreshments as
refreshments. Sometimes they will also give some kind of small token for us to take back home. Actually, someone sponsors for them, so that 1,500 is only for the food. So we get the chance to enjoy the entire conference at a very nominal fee. So now again, in I think in May we will be having the district annual conference, which is called Ovation, and it's in Shangri-La. It's on May 16th and 17th, as I remember. So even for that they will charge somewhat, but that's also like up to you. If you are interested, if you like to get the experience, you could go. But actually, I've gone for 2 Ovation conferences now, and it's really worth the price. That's apart from the club membership. That's apart. This membership you have to, yes, you are actually paying, not the club. Actually, you are paying Toastmasters International, so it goes through the club to the Toastmasters International. And these resources, educational resources that I explained in our session, yes, Chanukya is kind of showing them. So there are educational programs. Chanukya, can you little bit show the education program tab? Yes, over there. So actually you are paying the membership. First one-time membership, $25. With that you get a free path as well. The first path that you are going to start, it's free. It comes with the $25. Only the $25 is paid only first time when you are registered into Toastmasters International. After that, you just have to pay the $10 per month value, which is payable in 6 months or 1 year periods. And I think, yes, so these are the like educational programs, and how you can also monitor your progress. You can now Chanukya is actually our vice president education, so he gets to see all of our like educational progress as well. So he's like the teacher in our club. He's the one who is tracking our progress, keeps us reminding that you have to do your next project, you will have to complete your next level, and all those things. He's like the teacher or principal of the club. So yes, so all these resources, there are a lot of resources. I do
And
hope that, yeah.
do I want to show about the payment thing,
Yeah.
since they
Yes.
it's in, I think, profile.
I
I
think
think
it's
it's
a
in the Club
membership.
Central.
Club Central. Oh, okay.
Club Central and the membership management.
Hmm.
So since all your details enter to our club, and it will appear, and we can write down, we
Enable
can
self-pay.
select
Hmm.
self-pay. So you can see one member tile, you can see the self-pay has enabled. So in our club, we have enabled the self-pay, and some of the debit card will not work, like commercial and BOC peoples, but like HNB debit card will do, and all the credit card will work. So if a debit card won't work, and we can pay you on behalf if you transfer the money. And That's how it goes. And in terms of getting the membership, Sarah, our VP membership, will send you the forms, and then we will collect it and enter your data. Then you will get a email notifications to pay the membership, and then you can follow up with the Toastmasters website. Then following it up, we can do induction or formal orientation, and then you can select a path. Afterwards, you can climb up the pathways. So that's how it happens.
Yes, actually, different like EXCO members have privileges in when it comes to membership management. So VP membership or my role is responsible to creating the account and allowing the member to like all the details will be correctly collected first of all, including email and mobile and all those details.
Yeah.
And I have the responsibility to correctly enter them and create the account and enable the self-pay option and share the credentials with the member. Then you will actually get an email automatically once your account is created. Automatically, you will get an email to your inbox that confirms you have been instated as a member of Toastmasters International through Sunday Live Speakers Forum. With that,
And not only Sunday
all the
Live,
instructions to join for the base camp and all the other instructions will also follow.
yeah. And if you are thinking that only Sunday Live is enabled to have such kind of meetings, it's not the way. You can either visit or any club at any day when they are having the club meeting, and you can present the how in person or a physical meeting would be. So we recommend our members to participate at least for division conferences where we can meet in person. Since this is online platform, the real Toastmaster is in the network, and through the fraternity we can have such privilege to visit those clubs. Any questions, and you can put it in the chat box. Yeah. Okay, Sarah, can you share the application?
I'll
And
share
also, we
that.
follow it up with you, and we send an email including the membership form as well. Yeah, you have to
Chanuka,
again email back to us about the after filling the form, and then we enter the data to our roster, and then we send it to the payment, and it will automatically send it to you for self-pay. Others, they can do the payment via transferring to us, and we do the payment on behalf of you. After paying it, again, you will get a message to go to the Toastmasters International website and select a path. That's how it works. So it's all about a little bit of work, individual work. There's no one to help you, but everyone is allowed to ask question and get the guidance and study on their own. But we are as mentors helping you to grab everything and teach you the thing as well as newcomers. Don't get it as a burden, but without any effort from you, we can't learn actually. So that's how this work.
Chanuka, a
And
suggestion from my side.
yeah,
So we can maybe share the TMI web link as well as Dhananjay's
oh,
speech in the chat
all right.
box so they can access easily.
Sure.
And maybe the Facebook page and LinkedIn page of Sunday Live Speakers so they can see what you all are doing.
All right. Let me share the Toastmasters.
I think Sarah already shared, right?
Okay.
I did
Thank
that.
you, Sarah.
Yeah, I'll share the LinkedIn and Facebook pages. You share the other one, the YouTube video.
Dhananjay's video. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can search through YouTube about uh, Toastmaster speeches, and there are many speeches that you can get an idea about. So this is the YouTube link for the Dhananjay speech.
Actually, not Dhananjay is the only one from Sri Lanka to have won the world champion in public
Yeah.
speaking. But even after that, many speakers went into the regional quarterfinals and finals as well. Ravi Uduvilla also went to the finals recently, year before last, but he couldn't get through it. But every year in Sri Lanka, there's a champion being selected, and they all are trying their very best to go to the finals and win, come out as a world champion. So we have in Sri Lanka, we have very talented speakers. So once you get into the network and get the chances to go to our conferences and all, you get to uh, know them and talk with them, and there's a lot of inspiring things to learn from them as well.
And obviously, those educational programs and trainings, which automatically enables, and with the substantial cost of like for food and refreshment, you can witness marvelous training programs conducted by the fraternity as well. So it's all about getting trained and getting into network. So keep in touch with Toastmasters and you will see the difference. Anything else to know? We have shared the Facebook and Toastmaster International website link and Dhananjay's speech. I think that's all. Since we have come to this moment, we have almost spent 1.5 hours. We intended to finish by 1.5 hours. So when it become beyond that, it will be very monotonous. So again, very grateful to joining us with today, and I thank you our Division Director Toastmaster Harshana Fernando and our District 82 PR campaign that boosted our flyer, and that's the reason you have joined and connected and reached to us, and also our area director Toastmaster Darshana Gudavardhana for the guidance. And thank you all once again for joining this session, and we will have our next meeting on 15th of February 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. and we will share the flyer and Zoom link with you. You are always warmly welcome to join the club meetings as a guest and do participate in club activities as well. And yeah, thank you so much once again, and good night, everyone. Have a nice weekday ahead. Thank you.
Good
Shall we
night.
take a pic before we wind up?
Can we take a
Yeah,
picture?
anything else? Yeah, go ahead, Toastmaster Harshini.
No, no. Shall we take a pic? That's what I'm
Yeah, we
asking.
All
need
right.
a pic, group pic.
I couldn't hear you. Actually, my network is lagging. Sorry about that. Sarah, is it
I
possible?
also took few. Yeah, I took few.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice
Sure, I'll
week.
add to the guest group as well. Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for joining, and hope to see you
Bye.
again in the 15th. Okay, good
Bye.
night.
See you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Good
Thank you.
night.